Let's go. Mikael Michelle Brown, Paige Vanzant, number 2, taking place June 27th from Fontainebleau, Power Slap 13, going down the first ever women's belt, powered by Head Rush here at Slap News. Incredibly excited to have Mikael Michelle Brown here. How excited are you for the opportunity at hand?
I am incredibly excited. I think this is the most excited I've been for one. The last one was big. I can't even believe this one's bigger, but it is. It's for everything this time. Not only do I get to redeem myself in the rematch, but I also get to go and be the first compete to be the first women's champion. So I couldn't ask for anything else.
Absolutely. Talk to me. What is different now than it was 3 months ago before fighting Paige for the first time?
Really, everything is different now. Before 3 months ago, I was a full-time waitress. I was working on cutting weight. I had no idea what it felt like to be in front of a crowd. I was slowly making a name for myself and, doing my best. And then now I feel, I am blessed to not have to work my waitressing job anymore. I can focus on this full time. I'm also basically on weight, so I don't have a weight cut on my mind at all. I really just am focusing on getting stronger. And what was the last thing I said?
That you're on weight, and so you're worried about cutting weight.
Yeah, I'm not cutting weight anymore. So, yeah. and I know what it feels like to be in front of a live audience, so I don't have that, uneasiness either.
Yeah, I mean, talk to me about that first. That live audience when we see you against Paige was the first time, your second match in Power Slap. How has that experience shaped you? And is it giving you more confidence going into this match because now you know what it's like to go through all that preparation and deal with, the anxiety, the stress of being up there in front of other people?
Absolutely. Honestly, the live audience just made me love it even more. I loved it the first time I was on the stage. It was very quiet. And then the next time when I got to be on the stage and hear everything and feel the energy and really feed off the energy, it just made it even more incredible. And I can't wait to be in front of the audience again.
Mm-hmm. I remember talking to you pre-fight with Paige. You never been down to 125 before, and you weren't really sure at that point how you were feeling about it. Would the power translate? Would the chin hold up? Just because you never been there. You're saying you're already there now. I mean, we're sitting probably 6 weeks before the event at this particular moment. So obviously you must feel comfortable now that you're maintaining that weight going into this. And do you think that's going to be a difference this time, that you're not making that cut so close at the very end?
Yeah, absolutely. I think not only is it going to help me mentally because I'm not going to have that on my mind, it's also physically. The last week was tough for me because I was kind of doing that last minute weight cut. I think I had at the beginning of the fight week 5 pounds to cut still, and it was not coming off easy. I think my body's just never really been healthily at 125. So to get there, and then the rehydrating process, eating process, it's not great when you're trying not to get knocked out, to feel a little dehydrated or anything. And then mentally it was on my mind too, like, dang, is my chin the same at 125 as it is at 135? Luckily it was. So now that I'm able to be at 125 and have the confidence that, all right, I'm going to go into fight week. I'm going to be, my body's going to be nourished and I'm going to be hydrated. I have way more confidence than I did the first time.
That's great. I mean, thinking back, you came out from your walkout, you were rapping along with your song, super confidence, the hand thing, the put the hood up and everything that you did. And, but now I think about it, I think you're right. You were quite quiet up there on stage from the time that you got up there. Paige came out after, and it probably feels like forever because you walked out first. And then the wait, the anticipation for her to come out, then do the actual, announcements, and then actually getting up there. But let's talk about on the defensive side, because I did see with every strike that Paige gave, you gained more confidence in this match. Talk to me about what it was like getting hit from Paige, and will that same confidence that you left round 4 and 5 with continue on to this match?
Yeah, everyone's first question to me usually when they talk about that match is, do you really love it? Because, I looked at the crowd and said I love it, but truly I do. And especially to be able to be hit by a female like her, I respect her so much. And I think she's definitely the toughest female right now. So every time she hit me and every time it didn't, even wobble me a little bit, it just gave me more confidence. And I really felt so comfortable up there. And now the fact that I know going into it that I can take a hit from Paige, I think it's just going to give me even more confidence.
Mm-hmm. The first time around, you weren't able to crack Paige's chin. What do you plan to do this time to cause more damage?
So I don't want to give it all away, but
I want you to give it away. Come on.
but I do know. I know what her face feels like. She has such a tiny little face. It's crazy. So, but I know what it feels like. I know, how she kind of like tilts her head a little bit. So I feel more comfortable. I also am going to be on the second one. I don't know if you saw, but I hit her. Okay, obviously you saw. But on the second slap, I hit her, and it was really kind of all fingers. So I'm really focusing right now on making sure that, I get the whole hands up there without, clubbing. So that's really what I've just been focusing on every single day. Like when I hit that pad, I'm really focusing on, of course, the power and everything, but you can have as much power in the world, but if you're only hitting with your fingertips, it's going to do so much. So I'm definitely fixing that. And it's nice to know what I'm going against, for sure.
Awesome. Last time we kind of seen Paige talk to you between one of the rounds. There seemed to be kind of a friendly, respectful banter. Is it different this time? Like, are you guys still going to be kosher and friendly, or do you feel like there's a chip on your shoulder now, like that you're the dog, you lost the first one, and she's standing within your path of getting that first ever women's title?
There's always a chip on my shoulder, of course, no matter who my opponent is. My goal is to knock him out. Of course, it would feel better to knock Paige out, but not because I don't like Paige, but because I respect her. We pass by each other at the Apex and, hey, girl, so we don't really have that. We both want to knock each other out for sure. I'm sure she wakes up every day and is like, I know, I can't wait to knock her out. I wake up every single day like I want to knock her out. So I think we both have the respect there. We know what we want. As terms of people, there's no drama there. And I know it'd be like so much funner if there was, but truly, we just both want the belt. Like that's all I can think about. And unfortunately, it's her standing in my way. So, it's her I'm going to be wanting to knock out, but it's going to feel so good when,
I hear. I mean, there's history on the line. There's a belt. There's extra paychecks. So there's definitely a lot of motivation to take care of business come June 27th. In this match, where do you feel that you have the edge?
I feel like I have the edge in my defense. I not only do I not get stumbled, I haven't been wobbled, stumbled, really nothing, but I don't flinch either. And, in terms of flinching as a foul, because you can move a little bit or like tiny bit of flinch and it's not a foul, but I feel like I do very well. No flinch, nothing. And I think that's going to go a long way in this one once it gets to the fourth and fifth. If it gets to the fourth and fifth, I'm going to stand up there and take it the best and be the strongest for sure.
I hear you. On Paige's front, do you think she has an edge in any particular categories?
I do think she has an edge in being comfortable in front of the crowd, or at least she had the edge last time, because as I was standing there, I was so nervous. It was my first time in front of the crowd. I don't think I gave off the energy that I was as uncomfortable in front of the crowd as maybe I was. But, she came out, she was completely comfortable, hyping up the crowd. And, this time I know she still has more experience in that sense, but I do know that I can perform in front of a crowd and I'm excited for it. So I think the edge she had there last time, she's going to have a little bit less this time.
Absolutely. Excited to see the confidence of it. If you were to sell this fight to a non-slap fan, why should they spend their money to come and watch this fight?
The energy inside of Fontainebleau during a slap event is insane because you're going to go in there, you're going to get straight action. there's going to be knockouts. You're going to see the first two females fight for championships. So we're going out there to give it our best. You're going to see, two tough girls go at it. And where else, do you get to see where it's straight action the whole time?
Awesome. One last one from me. Look directly into the camera. If Paige Vanzant is watching this interview, what do you want to say to her?
Paige Vanzant, girl, I'm coming and I'm getting it back. It is lick back season and I am so ready.
Awesome. Appreciate you joining me. Take care. I will see you in Las Vegas very soon.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.